Medicare coverage of weight loss drugs is in the news constantly. Now, this is because these weight loss drugs apparently work. People are losing 60, 70, 100, 120 pounds, right? We all know somebody that's lost an amazing amount of weight on these weight loss drugs. Why wouldn't everybody want to take these weight loss drugs? And the answer is money. Medicare is prohibited specifically by law. When they wrote the Medicare Part D drug law 20 years ago, they specifically said Medicare cannot pay for a drug specifically for weight loss. And somebody asked me, why'd they do that? I'm not really sure why they did that, but remember what the weight loss drugs were 20 years ago? They were just stimulants, Dexatrim and all those things. People were having heart problems from them. So the weight loss drugs of that era, we know, caused a lot of problems. So Medicare said, no, we're not gonna cover these drugs. Now, those drugs were cheap. These drugs are expensive. Let's say $1,000 a month, maybe you can get a coupon and you can get it down to $500, $600 a month. But you take it every month for the rest of your life. Can't really come off of it or you gain all the weight back. So many people that are not retired yet, they're getting those drugs through their employer's group health plan. The commercial insurance is paying for it. Not all of them, every plan's different, but in general, they're paying for it. So people are getting ready to go to Medicare and they're like, okay, I'm excited about Medicare. I'll have a much lower deductible than I had at work. And Medicare looks better. Does Medicare cover my weight loss drug? No. It's prohibited by law. Well, do they cover Mounjaro? No. Ozempic, Wegovy? No. They're prohibited to cover any weight loss drug. If you're prescribed it only for weight loss and you retire off your group plan and go to Medicare, you're going to have to pay for that. Like I said, retail could be $1,000 a month. So for a lot of people that are trying to determine, should I keep working? If you're on that drug or your spouse is on that drug, maybe you keep working a couple more years. Or your spouse is on your insurance. And typically a spouse on your group plan can get off your group plan and get much better coverage, much cheaper by going to Medicare. Because your employer typically doesn't pay anything for your spouse's health insurance. Your employer pays some or most of yours, but you have to pay all the costs for your spouse. So typically it's better for your spouse to leave and go to Medicare, unless your spouse is taking a weight loss drug for weight loss only. Now you're saying, I have a friend on Medicare. Medicare pays for her drugs, or pays for her Mounjaro. That is because she's a type 2 diabetic. So it's allowed if you're type 2 diabetic. Or the second reason would be if you have a cardiac risk. So this is a new one, only in the last couple of months, that Medicare said if your doctor says you're at risk of stroke or heart attack, that losing this weight could prevent that, and they'll allow your insurance, Medicare, to pay for a weight loss drug. But it's not just for weight loss. Again, it's for diabetes or cardiac risk. So now they've expanded it again. And Medicare said, we will allow you to get a weight loss drug if you have obstructive sleep apnea. Now look into sleep apnea. How many people 65 and older do you think have sleep apnea? Everybody. So it's something like 90% of all men 65 and older have sleep apnea. And for all the women that have to sleep with these men, yeah, we already know this, right? Now, women have it too. I actually have sleep apnea, so I'm not making fun of all the men. But most people 65 and older have sleep apnea. And it disrupts their sleep and it causes all kinds of health problems and it shortens your life 7 to 10 years. So if we can take a weight loss drug, a lot of times sleep apnea is caused by weight, the weight gain. So you gain 40 pounds and when you lay down, that weight on your diaphragm is causing problems. So the weight loss drug causes you to lose weight and then you don't have the sleep apnea. And you sleep better and you're healthier. So it should be a win-win for Medicare, right? Saves Medicare money in the long run. So this was just approved. So if your doctor says that you have sleep apnea, then your doctor can prescribe. So far, it's just this one drug, Zepbound, which I think is made by Eli Lilly, tirzepatide. So just this one drug. But they're all the same class of drugs, the GLP-1s. So Mounjaro and Wegovy, they all should get approved. It's just they generally do one and then they all get approved. So if you're on a Medicare drug plan right now either a standalone drug plan because you have a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan with drugs, and you have sleep apnea, you want to go and find out if your plan covers Zepbound, tirzepatide, if it's in the formulary. You have to go online to your plan to access the formulary. The formulary is the list of drugs that your plan covers. So you go through it and you're like, oh, yes, my plan does cover Zepbound, tirzepatide. If your doctor prescribes it for sleep apnea, then you can go to the pharmacy with your drug card and you can pay the copay per your drug plan. Every plan's going to have a different copay. But like I said, these drugs cost around $1,000 a month. So whatever your copay is, probably going to be high, right? You are going to be protected because starting in January 2025, no one can pay more than $2,000 for their Medicare Part D drugs if it's on the formulary. So even though this drug is really expensive and you have to be on it for the rest of your life, the most you could pay this year for this drug is $2,000. Now, that's all your drugs. So if you're taking a bunch of other drugs too, the most you can pay for all your drugs is $2,000. Once you hit $2,000, you don't pay anything for the rest of the year. So it has to be on your drugs formulary, your plan. So you need to start there. So you go, you're like, I got sleep apnea. I go look up the formulary of my drug company, and it doesn't cover Zepbound, but it covers Mounjaro. It's not approved yet. So you're going to have to wait a couple months, however long that takes. Those wheels will turn. But right now, you're going to have to wait. Because Mounjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic, the other weight loss drugs, the other GLP-1, and those are not yet approved for sleep apnea. Like I said, those wheels turn slowly, but they will get there. So many people with sleep apnea have been using a CPAP machine. CPAP machines are very noisy, and getting them clean is an issue. They're saying about how much bacteria is in there. So that's been the standard treatment for sleep apnea, or you could get a mouth guard. The mouth guard's not covered by Medicare. A mouth guard's what I use for sleep apnea. But there's something new called the Aspire. And I don't really know that much about it yet, because if that works, people would much rather take that than they would a very expensive medication that you have to take every month for the rest of your life. Of course, if you take the weight loss medication, you also have the side effect of weight loss. And losing the weight helps you with all your other health problems. So there's a lot right now going on. This weight loss drug program is very controversial because of the cost. But the government could do things to bring that cost down, right? So let's stay tuned, wait and see what the new administration wants to do with weight loss drugs. Just know that if you have sleep apnea, type 2 diabetes, or cardiac risk, that Medicare will allow coverage, and you'll pay a copay per drug based on your plan, your Part D plan or your Medicare Advantage plan, up to a maximum of $2,000 in 2025. If you learned something today, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks. If you like this video, you might really like this video. Check it out. And we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a great video. We put out one every week. Check in the description below this video for a link to our cheat sheet on Social Security and Medicare. And you can also give us a comment if you have a specific question. Always feel free to call us or email us at the Medicare family.